So a little bit ago, I put out a call for some self-published indie authors to go into a self-published indie author blind date with a book, and we've got our first books here, so let's see what we've got. Another bit of book mail. Oh, these are really cutely wrapped, look. I do love this fold. I cannot do it for the life of me. I do my own version, but it's not quite the same. That's not going to carefully come at all, so we're just going to, that will go in my little scrapbook. And there's a little, turmeric tea, very nice. Oh, and a bookmark with a bit of information about the book itself. And these are both copies of the same book, so I won't sit here and open both books on camera because that's a bit pointless. But here we have Sweet as Sin by Ash Rose. I'm going to read it to you. She's his sister's best friend. He's the boy she barely noticed until he came back all grown up and sinfully hot. Discover this bubbling hot best friend's brother small town romance that will have you swooning, kicking your feet and laughing out loud. Lucy Davenport has enough on her plate running the family bakery, managing her best friend's wedding and pretending she's totally fine being perpetually single in the sleepy town of Breckenridge River. The last thing she needs is a blast from the past with abs, attitude and a smirk that can melt buttercream. Enter Sean Larson. Tattooed, broad-shouldered and back in town for the first time in 9 years, he left as a scrawny teenager with a broken heart and returned as every dirty daydream Lucy's ever had in the kitchen. He's made millions, dodged emotional entanglements, and swore he'd never fall for the one girl who never saw him, until now. One steamy, almost kiss, one forbidden attraction, and one seriously unfortunate bathtub disaster later, they're thrust together in a storm of desire, denial, and deliciously bad decisions. He's her best friend's little brother. She's off limits. But what if the wrong kind of temptation feels just right? She's got sugar in her smile and heat in her oven. He's ready to get burned. Sweet as Sin is a scorching, laugh-out-loud, small-town romance packed with fiery banter, second chances, and chemistry so hot it could set the bakery on fire. And this author actually does now have another book out, which I'll put a link to her page down there so you can go and check that out. So that sounds really good. Secondly, I really wish how Amazon would fix, because there are 4 books in this and they look like this. Get it together, Amazon. So these two, I've got Pocket Fluff by Paul Haverly, and it's a collection of poetry which he wrote himself. Paul is a spoken word poet, Trekkie, and late diagnosed autist from Birmingham. He started writing in his early 30s because it was cheaper than therapy. He started sharing his writing due to a belief that being brave enough to be vulnerable, we give each other permission to do the same. He has poems published in The Thicket and Granny's Tea magazines. Paul also trains in Muay Thai. His fondest hope is one day someone will refer to him as a warrior poet so he can be like, oh, don't be silly, while secretly hoping it catches on. Pocket Fluff is a collection about finding hope in seemingly empty places. It's about starting again with whatever you can, even if all you have left is the fluff in your pocket. The poems within discuss growth and love, grief and healing. There's even one about a loud ladybird. Ultimately, though, they're all about hope, the human trait that perhaps more than any other safeguards our survival. So, you're doing a poetry collection to procrastinate on writing your novel. That's a very writer of you. Quote by Sherry Doyle. That's Pocket Fluff, so that's going to be our section. And then last but not least for now, I'm going to have to turn this over whilst I read it, How I Became a Butterfly, Creative Tools for Coping with Life and Chronic Illness by Amanda McKinley. How I Became a Butterfly is, as the subtitle suggests, a guide to coping with life with a chronic illness, or just life in general. It's part autobiography, part self-help book. My story is there to illustrate that there is a very good chance that I've been where you find yourself currently, and that I've walked the talk in terms of what I'm sharing with you. The practical stuff in part 2 is there because it's all stuff that I've learned and used during my own health journey, and that I still use today as that health journey continues. I'm not saying that this book will change your life completely, but I do hope from the bottom of my heart that it may give you the tools for you to change your life and make the rest of your life path and journey that little bit easier to navigate. And I'm going to be tagging all the authors in down there in the description. I didn't think of the word. And so some of them are on TikTok, some of them are on Instagram. You'll have to check out which one's which, but yeah. So I'll get the blind date of the book online shortly. And if you have some self-published work of your own, let me know so I can go and check it out and maybe add it to the collection. I appreciate you.